Welcome back. Happy Mother's Day to all the men in the chat. I don't know if
Happy
Ronnie's here
Mother's
yet.
Day.
All right, cool. So we've got some older footage from back in April. Actually, about a month ago now. I think it was when Cole still had his blue belt, if I remember correctly.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll get to see a little bit of maybe a progression from some of the athletes. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Tune in the chat or chime up in the chat if you guys have any questions. And yeah, let's get started. So Jason and Caleb.
Pat, I think.
Or Pat? Yeah, it's Pat, my bad.
Yeah.
Good collar dragon.
He's been really digging that lately.
He and I haven't rolled in gi in a while. Or at least it seems that way. Matt and Cole back there. Matt just did a nice little scissor sweep on him. Or yeah, basically a scissor. Super quick on it. Who's that? I think Justin and Danny.
Matt does a really good job of getting the knees pointed away when he passes. See him Toriando here. Boom. Puts his knees inside of Cole's knee, comes around, passes, and then very violent, but necessary right knee up underneath the shoulder to get into that Kesa, and then straight into a side control.
Yeah, the on that pass when he came around the legs, just notice like right there how tight he is to Cole's hip. As he leg pummels over, so his right leg pummels in front, and he's immediately, of course I'm missing it, he's immediately like shoelaces under Cole's butt, right here for everybody wondering, shoelaces under the butt, knee and shin really tight to Cole to make it really difficult for him to pummel back in, and like he doesn't quite have like the knee elbow connection on the right side, but it's close enough, and he's controlling the legs enough that Cole's not going to re-pummel in, and then he just scoots in behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Danaher calls that the J point.
Yeah,
that point right at the hip.
Jeopardy point, I think. Yep.
Who is Justin rolling with?
Justin is with Danny, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, what do they do here? So looks like Justin was trying to pass, and he just caught him. Okay. Oh, okay. Matt's was working like a mounted triangle position. Yeah, that
grabs
sucks.
The arm. Yeah, so he was cutting to his right to try and cinch up the triangle, but then winds up getting the arm exposed and then taking that for a straight arm lock.
Yeah, I mean, right there, like having Cole having his right arm extended up, even that'll probably make that triangle just that much nastier. Like he can't elbow down into it and try to create space or anything. Caleb looks like he's having a hard time getting his leg free here, down in the corner.
I know I did with Pat too the last time I trained with him.
Yeah.
It looks like the tactic that he's going with right now is trying to put enough pressure to where he can time that release of Pat's legs to get his leg out.
Yeah. I like that he's like bugging the neck here with like kind of that. It's like a paper cutter, but it's not really like in super tight. But I think it's effective enough to get Pat to worry about the neck.
Yep.
And stop trying to control with the legs.
Nice transition by Caleb. Pat's got both of his arms underneath. Okay, and then Caleb isn't comfortable with that, so he switches around to the other side of the body, keeps the hands up nice and high where he wants them.
So yeah, right now Caleb's got to work between deciding if he wants to advance his pins, right? So going from a side control back up to mount where he was earlier, almost. Well, he was briefly a mount, working for knee on belly, or start trying to isolate an arm or the neck. It looks like he's trying to get in for a paper cutter again with his right forearm. Yeah, he's just fighting the battle now of how do I get an arm isolated
and keep him pinned at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's a delicate balance, right? Like sometimes you got to let him move. A lot of times you got to let him move in order to start getting those limbs exposed.
Yeah, and hopefully moving into a place where you're encouraging him to go for a trap of some sort.
Right.
Yeah, I think Cole still has his blue belt in this footage. Yeah, he's got stripes on it.
I think this is when Joe's friend came.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I never got to see any footage from that day.
Yeah, because that's who Joe's working with in the background by the pillar right now.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Nice sweep.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the drive leg, right? Like you can't give up on the drive leg. If you've got it, you got to commit to it. My back leg comes into the picture. It drives it home.
Man, who's in the chat? Everybody's so quiet today.
Wow. We don't have many. That's Steven, Veronica, Ice Wizards. That's all I see. I'm gonna refresh just to make sure.
Yeah, I think Tio was tuning in earlier, but might not be there.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. Yeah, I got the same 3. But it says 6 are watching.
We're blowing up.
I know.
Nobody cares about jiu-jitsu on Sundays.
Hey, DJ.
Hey, what's up, man? So you're working, it looks like you're working a Kimura here.
I am.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really just trying to get past the guard, but I have a submission attempt here. Cole's left arm is it's such a pain in the ass when he has that left arm around my hip.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as I step back, you'll see I'll have the Kimura locked up, but I can't make my way around his head in order to get to a finish.
Yeah. But you can, I mean, I guess, I don't know what happened there. Oh, I guess you got the Kimura.
I wound up getting it. Yeah. I'm able to step my right leg up high enough.
Okay. I see now.
To where I eventually break his left arm down. Yeah.
What's up, Steven?
What's up?
See if you hit the same sweep on him again.
Sure, I think I should.
Pretty much. About there. If you could like tuck his head in underneath, he'd probably go right over.
Yeah.
Do you remember Joe's buddy's name?
I don't.
I feel bad. Can't remember now.
Oh, it's Danny. Dan.
Dan? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him roll with you guys. I was bummed. I think I was out of town that day. I couldn't make it.
I think you were, yeah. No, he's a beast, dude. I mean, he came in and put some work in for sure.
Yeah, I think Joe was saying he was running the like that combat evolution of the Go Ruck event they did in Jacksonville. Like
Yep.
I think that was his idea or something he was organizing it, which was pretty cool to see. It really looked more just like some fun amateur like sumo wrestling that you would do with your buddies, knocking each other out of the ring. So let's look at this shoulder crunch sweep you get on Cole here.
Yeah, so I like setting this up from these body lock attempts. So he's coming in and he's locking his arms up here, but he's trying to get he can't figure out what to do with my legs. he's not able. I'm able to get a little bit of space with my legs, and so when he comes back up to try and reestablish that grip, I'm able to sneak in some underhooks and get and get right in on the shoulder. Now I went and attacked the elbow. I wanted him to tap on that one.
Yeah, you weren't super high up on the shoulder. Like you were down on the elbow on that.
Yep. But you see how I keep my elbow very high anyway? Like that's just one thing that Gordon really hit home on me, and I've just noticed it's very tough to shake and limp arm out of that position when my elbow is facing like basically in the same direction as my nose.
Right. Yeah, it's like the crook of your elbow is over top of his rather than beside it, like pointing out laterally.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting too how you switched, right? You dig on this arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you couldn't really get it out. You're like, all right, let's go to the other one, and then it looked like you put a bit more into that.
Yeah.
That second one, trying to rip it up into place.
I also judge it based off of the freedom of my legs. So one of the things that I've noticed with the shoulder crunch, we don't have to go into it super detailed, but you see how my right leg is free in this position?
Mm-hmm.
Like if the attacked shoulder, right, when I'm attacking on that side, that same leg has to be able to come up and control. So I have to be on the opposite hip of the shoulder that I'm attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel like I was able to see how Cole's weight is really far on his right hand side right now.
Yeah.
On my left, when I was starting to do it, even if I were to shake it off, he could actually very easily step around my guard if I screw up for like a split second. And so that's why I opt to switch to the other side, is because I know that I can get to my left hip pretty easily, and that's where his weight is.
Mm-hmm. I think DJ's a Zelda fan.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, man.
How many Nintendo
Thank
shirts do you have?
Uh, like one for every day of the week.
Celebrate all the franchises.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a Nintendo kid growing up.
Yeah, for sure. My friends had Sega. I had Nintendo.
Yeah, same.
That was back when parents thought like blood in video games would turn you into, I don't know, a weird like goth kid or something.
Right.
Make you violent.
Yeah, little they know, I just strangle people regularly today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like actually Mario did this to me.
Yeah.
Didn't turn me into a plumber, that's for sure. All right, you and Matt.
What's frustrating about getting tooled by Matt in the gi is that he doesn't even like the gi.
Yeah. I hadn't considered that. That's funny.
Yeah, this is just gonna be 5.5 minutes of me trying to fight out of side control.
Yeah, and like with Matt, I mean he's so on point with his weight distribution here. Like a lot, like I mean even looking at this, right? His head's pretty far over your body, so you think, "Oh, maybe I could roll him over well," but you just can't. How he positions his hips over yours, where he keeps his legs as kind of a counterweight, and then how quickly he can adapt to your reactions, really shut down some of like the primary, or so I guess some of the first regard attempts or sweep attempts you would do, and it
Yeah,
turns into this battle where you're just looking for a little bit of space,
Yep.
from his pinning.
Yeah, he really uses the pressure to start opening up my arms, and it's very difficult, right? Because I know that if I start giving very explosive movements, he takes very much advantage of that. So that's why I'm trying to frame. I'm trying to establish solid frame to try and get my hips out, but he just never allows you to keep a solid frame. He's very good at breaking my frames down.
Yeah.
Once I get him.
Yeah, with pretty basic moves too, just like
Yep.
well timed and well executed, like hip switching, shoulder movement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I wound up getting him on that one. That's right. I remember this. He rode really high because he was trying to, the thing where he was trying to put, get that choke in on
Yes.
on my right.
Yeah,
There.
I can see it. Yeah, he's dropping shoulder pressure right here.
Yep. And I just ate it, and then because I knew he was driving into me, so I was like, okay, I can eat this for a little bit longer, and then I'll give a nice explosion, see if I can create some space.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last for terribly long. It got me out of hell for a second.
Yeah. Joe had an interesting little roll there. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at Joe and Caleb to see what this little exchange was.
So Danaher talks about that with, can you go back to how Caleb was situated here? Okay. So Danaher talks a lot about like crawling up the body, right? So once you secure the pass, you've got, you can think about it as he always advises to start with hip control and then move your way up towards shoulder and chest, right? Or chest and shoulder pinning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he advocates doing that is by establishing, always establishing inside position, right? He always, like, very consistent on that point. And here you can see clearly that Caleb does not have inside position on Joe. You know, his right arm is over top of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe has, and I think that would be fine as long as Joe's hands are on, you know, the head side of Caleb, on Caleb's head side.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe has fully dominated with both arms the inside of, or the inside position. So as Caleb, even if Caleb really kind of sits back on his haunches, it gives Joe a lot of space to get his knees in. Well, instead, Caleb's driving forward, and Joe's able to, you know, quite easily extend and keep him going there.
Yeah. Speak of the devil. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
We got Mitch from the Fashion Police coming in.
So here, what Danaher advises is for Caleb, see how he's coming up over top,
Mm-hmm.
would be for Caleb to come on the inside of the arms, inside bicep ties, and then reaching through, grabbing the head, and then creating a chest-to-chest connection and pinning the shoulders down.
Or just spiking your knee into your opponent's abdomen.
Yeah.
That's a secondary option.
Hey, you know, it works.
Yeah, Joe, this is the footage where your buddy Dan was here. He's off in the corner with Danny right now. There he is.
Can't wait to see it, Mitch.
Yeah, man.
Man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I heard you got some Americanas and your typical dominant performance. So awesome. Yeah, I really want to see that footage though. If you're at class this week. Not sure what happened there.
I think it was a paper cutter or an Ezekiel choke.
Oh. It's kind of weird. I mean, like, because
Yeah.
it was just like, maybe it was just neck, like some neck pain or something, because arm is behind the head and he doesn't pull anything back out. Oh, it could just be that heavy shoulder pressure that he was very keen on for a while. What is this lullaby playing right now? Tell me if I missed something. I'm gonna find better music so I don't pass out while we're doing this.
Between your ears and your wisdom tooth, Jesus.
What happened? That sucks.
Yep.
Alright, what are these two doing laying around?
I mean, this is a good example of solid frames, right? Like,
with
Joe
Caleb?
is going, yeah. Joe is putting it. You can see he's driving in. He's putting a ton of pressure down, and Caleb's able to stave off the pressure by the use of a good knee shield and arm framing, right?
Yeah.
Cross shoulder post.
Meanwhile, you're just getting
smashed. Get railroaded.
Mitch just sent me a picture of how bad he
Oh,
looks.
jeez.
That's terrible.
That is.
Sorry for blowing you up on the stream, but Had to share it. Yeah, man, that looks pretty rough. That's
That-
some serious local swelling you got there.
So now I'm training with Dan. This guy's the blue belt. I'll give him credit. A lot of credit, because he fucks me up pretty bad.
Nice to see a bunch of blue belts on the mat getting after it.
Yeah.
Upsy daisy. Let's see Caleb here with his kind of a Tomonagi-ish.
Oh yeah.
His foot wasn't on the hip like a traditional Tomonagi. More of like a
Sumigation.
yeah. I actually wanted to go back and see, but how Dan kind of got here. So we got leg up the middle. Looks like he tried to knee cut through, but was a little slow in the execution. You're tying him up.
Yeah. So he stapled his knee, and I locked up my legs, and I was going for an underhook. I felt pretty good about it. I thought I was going to come up and get top position, but he actually shot really deep in for a Darce, and it surprised the hell out of me. I didn't think that he was going to be able to get it, but he had fairly long arms and just a good shoulder drive in order to start shooting in for the Darce. So I had to come back.
I see. Yeah.
Frame in, and guard against the Darce, and
Yep.
we end up in half guard.
He also got past your knee, like his knee. Or I'm sorry, he got his knee out, so his foot was caught. So that gave him a little bit more
Yep.
or a little bit more room to drive north to set up that Darce strangle.
Yep. Yeah, obviously here I'm in a really bad spot. I needed to get somewhere better, and unfortunately that was in close guard.
See how he handles. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he sweeps me from here.
He's very well. I mean, I've only seen him roll for a few minutes now, but he uses his grips really well, especially at the ankles.
Yep.
Which it's easy to forget about. That's why addressing grips early on is important. But like he just kind of had your ankle and kicked your far leg away, widened up your base and got you off balance. And early on in your roll, he reached down for an ankle grip and just scooped you up and put you right on your back to where your legs weren't.
Right.
He made you supine. I don't want to say your legs weren't effective, but definitely looks like a favorite grip of his.
Yeah. So he just took me over pretty simply there. I can't remember what it was exactly.
He had an overhook, and looks like your leg was trapped too. So as he started to roll to that direction, you just had no base on that side.
Yeah, so it was like a knee lever essentially on that side.
Yeah.
So as I start driving through,
and you could see he's kind of stepping. So not even his outside leg here. His inside leg is kind of stepping on your calf, right. Yep. There you could kind of see it, right to where he's making it really difficult for you to pull that leg free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember feeling that I did not want to try and step out of it. Like, it was like one of those things to where it's like, I'm probably just gonna go over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do the same thing to him. But notice his framing and regarding. Like I was able to reverse, or I don't know if he was past my guard. I can't remember. I guess it would have been a sweep, but either way, I was able to get the sweep and then I couldn't establish a good pin on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, dealing.
Sorry, just to your point, like he did good to like he brings his knees up immediately. He doesn't try to
That's
like
right.
spin around on his back. He actually aims to invert and get his knees in.
Yeah, he claims the inside position again with his arms, right? Puts me on the outside position, and I was not fast enough to start repummeling in. At that point, I think he wanted to just reset back to where we were before. Maybe he was on bottom.
Oop, head clash.
Yep.
I like what Caleb did here. I don't know if you caught that, but you can tell right here he's trying to. I feel like he's trying to decide if he wants to hop over into mount, but Danny's, using his leg to block him, making it impossible. And like whenever that's set up, as an obstacle, like a really great option is flipping around to north-south or pulling a full 180 and just trying to get to side control all the way on the other side. And he times it well with Danny rolling up into him and exposing his back. And now he tries to start making his way around, wedging himself in underneath Danny as best he can. It looks like Danny gets his back to the mat anyway. But now he doesn't have, he didn't have that same leg block. Now Danny's reestablished it, but you just work it back around the other way if you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Danny got the drop on him and was able to regard. Danny looks miserable right now. Just thankful that he's not that he got Caleb back in his guard.
Joe, that's awesome to hear. Like, I mean, for real, something that we're.
Oh hell yeah.
Something that's being taught at the school and going to another gym and hitting it there. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
That was a nice step around armbar. Pretty much.
From Matt, yeah.
Yeah.
Off a good sweep too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, the fundamentals, dude. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You can do all the flashy shit all you want, right? But, dude, solid fundamentals. That's where it's at.
Absolutely. And this is like so he's hitting this butterfly sweep here, and there are plenty of variations on it where, I guess a primary question a lot of people have is, do I use two legs in the butterfly or just the one? I think everybody has their preference. I know Bertram loves extracting the one leg, leaving one leg in as a butterfly, using that as your elevation leg, and you can watch Matt here brings his left leg out and just kind of sneaks it under, right? He threads his leg underneath his left leg underneath his right leg. That's going to become his drive leg. And then now as he falls to the side, and look, he's completely like flanked on Pat here, like completely on the side. So it makes it easy to get him falling to the side, not falling like he doesn't have to pull him towards himself, right? He gets him going down to the side, and then he can use his drive leg and his elevation leg really effectively. Right up in the mount. He already has the underhook on the arm, and that just goes in right for the quarter armbar.
It's subtle, but that knee cut pass, right? Like, so he hits the sweep. He's still kind of caught in a half guard position.
Oh, right here.
Pat is astutely trying to lock it up, and then, Matt's like, nope, I'm just gonna use that underhook and drive to the knee cut pass and finishes from there. It's awesome.
think Danny's maybe feeling a little defeated right now.
Yeah.
I just kind of let Caleb step up into mount. Yeah, Dan looks like he's just kind of controlling from here.
Yeah, so he's got a submission on me. Like, you know, he took his lapel out and he's like wrapped it around my throat.
Oh.
And so he's got that
Bravo choke.
Yeah, something like that. And afterward he was asking me, he was like, how was that? I didn't feel threatened enough to tap, but it was definitely a good choke.
Something concerning.
Yeah, it was one that I was like, I'm not going to be escaping anytime soon right now. I'm going to be, you know, trying to get out of this choke first.
Yeah. I like what Caleb's doing, trying to pass your guard, like you know, his like head to chest connection, trying to stay super heavy and like walk far circles around your legs. I'm curious if you just didn't have like an effective grip, like maybe he was too close to the hip with his grip or something that was letting you pull your knee in.
I was really playing with his head too. I was trying to push his head to the other side of my body.
Joe, does your buddy like does he prefer gi or no gi? Does he train both? Is he just kind of down to fight? So I'm curious if he's hitting knee bars in the gi.
Yeah.
As much as he does in no gi. Look at this. I just want to point out this angle that Joe gets on Danny here. Briefly, so right here. Right before he goes to sit. I mean, their feet can't be any more perpendicular to each other. This is a good opportunity to step behind with like this, with Joe, with your inside foot here, stepping behind Danny and trying to hit like an outside trip, like just a small outside trip. I think I guess it would be like a Kasoto Gari instead of like a big Osoto Gari. Also, Danny can absolutely work the same move on Joe. And even if it doesn't work, right, it gets him stepping and moving, and then, you know, ideally you work off of that reaction too. So look for that, you know, consider your feet position relative to your opponent.
DJ, are you saying which
he trains both
knee bar are we talking about?
Noise down the screen. Damn, a gym that only does gi. I feel like you don't see that too frequently.
Well, I think the one in Charlotte that Blake trains out of is pretty much gi.
That's where he trains out of? I thought he lived elsewhere.
Oh no, this guy does. I'm just saying Blake.
Oh, yeah. Which one are you talking about? I'm not entirely clear on your question, DJ.
Bottom right. Oh. I think you mean the outside trip. Yeah, the outside trip.
That Matt was what I was talking about. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try to catch it. Oh, shit.
Right before then. Yep.
So I was talking about this foot here, and we'll use Joe as the example of the offense right now. Stepping this foot behind Danny's inside foot. So this would be, you know, the feet that are closest to each other are going to be in this case, are going to be the ones setting up the trip. But stepping this one behind this foot, and then Joe trying to take Danny in that direction. So Danny can't step his foot back, but his head is continuing to fall backwards, setting up, you know, a Kazushi and off balancing and getting the takedown. And then if somehow Danny does manage to like pick his foot up, step over Joe's leg, he's widened his base significantly, at which point Joe can look for all sorts of stuff. Like he could try to spin in for like something cool, like a seonagi, like a throw. He could try to trip the other leg. He's got a lot of options from there, but it all starts with disrupting that base first.
In a judo throw, if
Good
you
question.
wanted to look up the judo throw, trip, whatever, Dayashi Harai or Barai is what Matt's talking about.
Yeah. I hate that there's Dayashi Harai and Dayashi Barai. It pisses me off.
Yeah, and I think it's like the part of your foot that you hit with, right, or something like that is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I looked it up forever ago. I just call it a foot sweep.
Wrestling terms are way easier.
Yeah. I'm curious what Joe's reaching on here. Like if he's trying to isolate the arm, I wish I could see his grips. I think he's trying for the Kimura. Like I think he's got a figure four on the arm.
Oh, he's got the arm.
Nice.
Yeah, he.
Let's go back a little earlier. Let's go. Looks like he's going over the head. Yeah, and this is where he sets it up. We can't see it on the camera side. Did you see any clips from the Charles Oliveira Justin Gaethje fight last night?
No, I didn't.
There was a really, yeah, it was surprising. They both knocked each other down. I mean, the fight lasted 3 minutes, I think, but they punched each other in the head a few times, exchanged some knockdowns. Charles Oliveira at one point even pulled guard, like major guard pull, like kind of jumping guard, and then at one point he was set up in a rear triangle, but it was a wrong way rear triangle. So instead of like the leg that was going under or instead of a leg going across the neck first, it went across the arm first.
Under the arm, yeah.
And it was the beginning of the end. He didn't switch it. Gaethje ended up like rolling out of it, and then Oliveira transitioned to back control and got a rear naked strangle. But it was a really interesting setup. I don't think there would have been much to do from there, but I just prefer a rear triangle instead. I've never switched my legs.
I thought he was gonna fall on his neck.
Yeah, the guard pull was like, it's like you don't really. I feel like you don't see that often ever in MMA. But Oliveira is he has the record for most submission finishes in the UFC, and is like he's a third degree black belt. Gaethje's a D1 wrestling badass. I believe he's a D1 guy. Caleb just got sick of your shit there.
Yep. My head migrated to his shoulder, and he knew it as soon as I did it. You see that? I reach back to go play there, and my head is starting to creep up, and he feels it and takes it full advantage.
That was nice. But yeah, Gaethje was like, I am not staying on the ground with you at all. he just kept making him stand up, which was smart because Gaethje knocked him down a few times. Ate a few himself too, but it's a good fight.
But Oliveira won? Who won?
Yeah, Oliveira won.
Yeah. So he wound up finishing that wrong way rear triangle.
No, he Gaethje like defended it, rolled away, but in rolling away he exposed his back, and Oliveira came up, took his back, a traditional back take, and I believe he had a body triangle and sunk in the rear naked strangle. Is he trying to set up just a cross collar or a baseball bat or something?
Yeah, he was
maybe
setting
a cross
up
collar.
A paper cutter choke.
Yeah,
That's what he was
right.
doing.
He's super hot for those. Joe and his buddy again. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a nice sweep.
Just got to get up, man. I know. I don't think Joe was there when I was yelling at everybody this week for it, but got to remember, sweeps don't end when your opponent hits the mat. They end when you take top position. So here, immediately get up. Got to get up there.
Yeah, you're on top or you're in on a submission. Those are the only two times that you stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope go ahead.
He was on a tear. He was on a tear, dude. Like he was. Yeah. It says he trains like five days a week, right, Joe?
I hope he makes his way back down here. I'd love to train with him again, or train with him for the first time. I'm bummed I missed him. He's trying so hard to elevate that elbow.
Mm-hmm.
But something for him, right? Like Joe's elbow isn't tight to the body right now. I mean, even here, right? If he's having trouble, like he's still got a big gap here that his knee conceivably could fill, right? He could start walking up the body, and kind of bookending that elbow. So, switching up to a higher mount and using your legs to start isolating the arms and maybe even eventually the neck can be a big help right there when Joe tries to hit that UPA. I mean, arm isolation aside, Dan could absolutely move to a higher mount on that side, keep that arm nice and far away from the body. There we go. Now we see it. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, he was really going that night for mounted triangles.
Okay.
Really like that position.
I'm curious if maybe he favors one side over the other, and the side that we were looking at wasn't the side he favors.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, switching up to the bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Looks like Joe's got his jaw in there.
Yeah.
And then good adjustment getting the leg over just to add some more tension. Anytime you can get your legs in on a strangle or on any submission, Kimura's especially, makes it a much higher percentage finish.
That was a really nice pass. Sorry.
No. You're good. Who? Caleb?
Caleb on Cole. So watch this. Goes through, he's going for the body lock pass.
Shelves
now he's
the leg.
On. Yep, really tight here. And he's now stepped over the knee, and then he's just like, screw it, I'm going straight knee cut.
That was great.
So I guess he felt like it was far enough away, or Cole was, flat hipped enough to where he could just cut straight across.
I got a cramp. Cramp it
Cramped up.
Down with the scissor sweep.
Nice sweep, yep.
was that strangle? What was the finish? He must have had, I think he had a lapel, like the jacket wrapped around Joe's neck here or something. So I thought Joe was getting ready to regard, like right here where he starts getting the legs in. Like not a terrible strategy. I didn't realize your neck was exposed.
Yeah, I think that was another paper cutter.
Everybody's just trying to crush everyone's esophagus lately. Not
Damn
cool.
key.
Meanwhile, I'm like hitting Peruvian neckties on Aiden and doing the same thing with my legs. Oh, Joe on the legs. Looks like he's getting his hips up a little high. Yeah, I think that's how he slipped the knee. Nice though, I like it.
Still going for it. He's driving his knee up and over.
Yeah, I was gonna say like right here where he gets the leg across. I think, I mean, it's hard to tell where Dan's leg is right now. I'm gonna assume Dan has kind of like curled his leg back. That's why Joe's digging on it so hard. That shin right where it was, right across the hip.
I like that position.
Yeah, and I think that makes for a more effective leg extraction, leg isolation position, right? Because you can try to extend the upper body away, get him leaning back, you know, maybe basing his hands out, putting weight on his arms, and making his legs weightless, and or close to weightless, and more vulnerable, making the leg extraction easier. But when you just kind of take the leg all the way across to that position, one, you're kind of vulnerable now, like your own leg is vulnerable. Yeah, now he's gonna try to smash. Yeah, so you just lose the leverage that you need for extracting the leg. Crank. Does he compete a lot, Joe? I mean, for a guy who trains 5 days a week, I'd be surprised if he didn't put himself out there. You'll have to let him know we went over this footage. I didn't even realize we had this. We probably could have gone over it a lot sooner.
Yeah, I can't remember why we didn't last time.
God, Joe looks so frustrated. He just got like loop choked.
Oh yeah. No interest in competing. Yeah, to each their own.
She's like, God damn it. That was funny. I haven't hit I don't think I've seen like a finish like that in a while.
You were training the whole time, Joe. Like it was. It's a lot.
There are no bad nights in the training room, man. Which I know sounds like some bullshit motivational advice, but who cares? Get subbed. It doesn't matter.
Yep. So what Dan just did, I think, really shows exactly or exemplifies what Matt was talking about, right? Hits the sweep and he gets up on top in a dominant position. Then he continues his pass.
Yeah,
so
good.
He doesn't just
good waiter
rest on
sweep.
his laurels. Right. No resting on his laurels and just putting his opponent on their back, right, and then waiting to do something else. He's literally standing up as he's sweeping. Dude, what's with everybody's neck? Joe's got a hurt neck. I heard that James has a hurt neck.
Sounds like you. Everyone caught your neck hurt virus.
Yeah, COVID neck.
Yeah, this really has been like the first half of this year has been just terrible medically for for a few of us.
Everyone.
It sucks, man. I was, if I think about it too long, I get a little depressed. But it's like how much time I lost, how much time you've lost with your knees and your neck and all that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good waiter sweep. If that was the one you were talking about, the one. Oh, this one. I missed this one. And
nice.
Really, that was really similar to what we saw you hit on Matt earlier, where it was really well timed. Like just, it looks like Dan couldn't extract his left arm there. Like he kind of, I don't want to say he even committed it, but like his weight was on it, and then when Joe hits his bridge, Joe's got his own weight bearing down, so it's going to make extracting that arm really, really difficult. And then he might be able to do something with the free arm there to stop it, but
not if he goes over that shoulder like Joe did, right? Like Joe feels it and goes over the shoulder that he can't base out with.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Deathcore?
Hey man, good luck tomorrow.
First day, level 2.
Badass.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fuck everyone up.
There you go.
Tell them to follow and subscribe. No, good luck, man. Let us know how it goes. Looking forward to hearing about it.
Right on.
I don't think Cole and Dan have gone yet.
They haven't. Yeah, this was their match. Yeah, last night we had Steven with a elbow brace, Brandon with an ankle brace, me with my neck. It was just, I don't know, so many of us.
Again, Joe and Justin here, you're stepping on each other's feet. Feet are really close together. Just start playing around with trips. That was a killer exchange while I was talking, but ignoring what you guys actually did really well. Excellent. Really great way to use this sweep. Again, in the vein of what we've talked about tonight. Get him down, you get up, you get to the top position, run around. That was good. Still got to get that bottom hook in. But you're off to a great start. Dan's digging deep on that Kimura, or trying to, it looks like.
Triangle.
For a guy who trains primarily in gi, against, mostly a room full of guys, I guess, yeah, I would say most of us in the room probably train no gi more, except maybe Justin. You could see just how, how much more effective his game can be as far as gripping is concerned, for, in his setups and in some of the moves he goes for.
Yeah, his
man.
gripping was definitely way more aggressive in the gi than what I'm typically used to,
Yeah.
at least in our training. So Joe's got like kind of a waiter sweep on Justin here, but really awkward angle in the opposite leg.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Dan and Cole had a nice little battle there for a second. Looks like Dan was about to hit a sweep on him. And Cole didn't accept losing that hip hype battle, which is really good.
That the guy's a specimen for sure.
Does he always do like, is he a Go Ruck athlete? Like as involved with Go Ruck as you, or is he just kind of like all over the place, jumps into whatever he can? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Justin's setting up for some lapel wizardry. Looks like Dan did good to regard on Cole here. How did Cole lose mount? Looks like, was this an elbow escape?
God.
Oh, he just dismounted.
Dismounts, yeah. Probably felt vulnerable because of that elbow and wanted to get rid of the opportunity of half guard.
Yeah. Oh, he works for Go Rock. Okay. Well then, yeah, I bet he's a beast. Oh man, Joe, that was a great armbar attempt. Let's see, gets that bottom knee in. Like, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be difficult without both legs in on that from your back, but that was good. It looked like Justin had to worry about that one, which is always a good sign. Oh,
That was nice.
oh man.
So close.
It's funny too. I was gonna say right here, Caleb's in a prime spot for an Uchimata attempt, right?
Oh yeah.
Damn, Justin, that was I'm glad you were thinking to try that.
Yep.
That's when you got to really throw yourself in. I mean, shit, we've seen Mitch do it a million times. You have to like throw everything you have into it. Nah, you can bag on yourself and call it a fail, but that was a really good attempt. And like the angle you had here was good, right? That's such a great counter to what Caleb was trying to set up here. I think if you had, let's see, trying to see, yeah. So I think if you had Caleb's arm, where's my pointer? Caleb's right arm wrapped up, that would have been much more effective. Because let's even say you get Caleb off balance, right? His head starts to move forward and down to the mat. He has two free arms here to base, right? So there's a good chance you would have gotten, even if he started to fall, you could have gotten stuffed there just by virtue of the fact that he had both arms free. But if you can tie that arm up on this move, that's what's going to make it a bit more successful. Never mind the size difference and all that stuff. That was still like great. I'm glad that you recognized the opportunity, because Caleb didn't recognize the Uchimata opportunity, as well as other stuff. That's not the only thing you can do from there. But you got the jump on him and try to take control of that. So really good. All right. Yes. Awesome.
Well done.
Hell yeah, dude. That was great. Before we even see what happens, let's look at this.
So again, this is my problem with the quarter Juji.
Yeah.
As soon as this happens, Justin feels the opportunity and just goes with it, right?
Yeah. You know, the problem with this is with Caleb leaving his leg behind. Well, does he? So he doesn't leave it behind, but he leaves it behind just long enough for Justin to shift his hips away from him so that they can get closer to being in line with each other, right? Justin gets his hips aside, and now you can see their spines are like right here. Their spines are kind of lined up, and there's really no break. Caleb's too late with his right leg getting over, and then on the flip side of that, the leg over the face, of course, is important, but it doesn't. If there's enough space between the head and shoulders and Caleb's hips, there's nothing blocking Justin's head from moving backwards, and that's a recipe for rotation, right? So now he's able to start rotating out of this. I could almost like get in Justin's head here, and he's like, all right, now I need to switch my hips.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes his time. All right, now I need to come around. He was going around to the correct side. I think, Justin, if you were a little quicker on that, like if you spun your hips around, you would have gotten to like a prime passing position. Caleb just beat you on the scramble there. We'll see if he ends up getting.
Nice.
I will take that over an armbar and an omoplata any day.
Any day. But then he goes right back to it.
Either way, man, like this whole and honestly, even I don't know if maybe you're retired or you're just like, whatever, he beat me to it. You're in a similar spot again, and your head's almost free, like depending on how your shoulder was feeling or whatever. Nah, man, I don't even care. Like all this was really good.
Yeah.
Like, right here, if you manage to switch your hips again, if your arm wasn't in just like a terrible spot, and it kind of looks like your thumb, like he does have control of your wrist, thumb pointing to the ceiling. It looks like he's starting to break over his hip. So I can totally understand why you would have tapped on this. If you felt like fighting through it or like risking it, you were back to the exact same spot where you just would have had to get your head out from this side of his body out to the other side. Either way, that whole exchange was awesome. Really, really good. And props to Caleb for fighting through on that, and then getting the sub that he missed initially. Oh no. Looks like Caleb's a little too far down the leg right now. Oh, got it.
Caleb wants
Nice.
to move you around. He can move you around.
Yeah, damn right, and you should.
Yeah.
I mean, for as big as he is, he needs to be moving everybody around. But I like the just the little looks he's given here, right? The trying to get in on the inside trip. That was kind of like an Uchi-gari dig. That's good. Once you start stringing those feints together into more explosive finishes, his takedowns are going to be Just ridiculous.
Strength is never a weakness.
Yeah, easy for a strong guy to say.
Go behind.
Nice, really good.
Nice mat return, yeah.
There's the true wisdom. Strength is just letting gravity do the work. It's actually the exact opposite of that. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said. Just killed on this.
No, yeah, it's really just defeating gravity.
Yeah. So that may have been a decent. I mean, I know time's running out here. I guess he was in mount, so there probably wouldn't have been too much from that Kimura attempt. Justin,
Yeah, I mean, he felt it.
If you were in guard, he would have been super screwed right there. But yeah, that was a great match, man. Both of you were killing it.
Yep.
Great offensive looks, man. All right, sweet. Good stuff. Now, like I said, man, in the beginning of class, or in the beginning of the stream, that footage was a month ago. And, like, you know, I think one of us, it was Tio a few weeks ago, asked, you know, since he had left the school a while back, you know, and is tuned back in, you know, who has progressed, you know, like who's really made the biggest jumps. It's everybody, right? A month ago, that was footage, you know, of you guys doing stuff that I either can't imagine you would do now, or you're doing extremely well now. You know, a lot of your moves are much more crisp and deliberate and everything. So enough gushing for me. Yeah. Anyway, happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks for tuning in. You know the usual deal. If you like what you're seeing, if you want to support us, you could subscribe here on Twitch. You can support us at coffee.com/MOBJJ. Follow us if you're not. If you're looking in the chat, we appreciate the support. And yeah, thank you guys. It was really great footage, except Steven. Steven looked terrible tonight. I'm just kidding, buddy. You weren't even there. We hope to see you guys at class this week. We'll be moving on towards half guard for the next 2 weeks. So a great opportunity for you guys to develop some strong offensive positions, as well as some really good sweeps and everything. I mean, Luke showcases that stuff enough. So get your asses on the mats, come train hard. And yeah, anything else?
That's it. See you on the mats tomorrow.
Yeah, trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky. Yeah, that was your best showing tonight, Steven. But all right, guys, we'll see you soon.
Later.